being early in crypto is the most important thing. If you can identify early on narratives, you're going to become a millionaire much faster than others. So in this video, I'm going to show you the two most important narratives that I think in the next year are going to create millionaires. So pay attention. Okay, for me, these are the two biggest ones. So AI and stablecoin. So in today's video, we're going to speak about Bittensor. I think he's the only AI narrative, is the only project in AI that I think has actually use cases, and also going to speak about stablecoins and layer ones, which basically stablecoins are the application, the main application inside layer ones like Ethereum, Solana, and Sui. Okay, let's start with Tau. So Tau is the decentralized brain of the internet, unlike OpenAI, which is centralized and controlled. Tau is an open, decentralized network of AI models. Anyone can contribute compute or intelligence and get rewarded in Tau. So it's decentralized AI, it's proof of intelligence, and it's basically a new internet economy. So big deal for Bittensor. So Tau is a bit different from Bitcoin. In Bitcoin, the miners are only trying to get Bitcoin to make the network more secure. With Tau is a different thing. The miners are trying to create intelligence. So I think it's a better approach, and especially because AI is such a big narrative, I think Tau will definitely get a lot of benefits. So the same tokenomics for Tau, very similar to Bitcoin. 21 million Tau will ever exist, limited supply. The halving is coming in December. The demand is growing. You have 128 subnets. You're going to have thousands of them. So in terms of AI, I think honestly it's the only project that makes sense. AI is centralized in general. You have 3-4 companies that have such powerful models. Tau is a different approach to AI. Instead of raising billions with the right incentivization infrastructure, you can have the same kind of results from everywhere in the world. So you can have thousands and thousands of people contributing. I think Tau for me is like the early internet. You have really, really smart people. So the only thing missing now is the user interface. When they start to have really good applications, I think Tau will be $1 trillion asset. So if we look, Bitcoin is like monetize energy, Ethereum monetize coordination with smart contracts, and Tau monetizes intelligence. So these are the narratives: AI and stablecoins, Bitcoin, digital gold. It will keep growing. It's impossible not to. Ethereum, it will grow too, especially now because stablecoins are starting to get so much approval even from the US government. I think it's one of the best use cases for crypto, that Ethereum also gonna have a big boost because majority of stablecoins are in Ethereum. Solana also is growing massively in terms of stablecoins with USDC and Sui as well. So now let's speak about, I think, one of the best narratives and use cases for crypto. I think one of the few ones actually, stablecoins. So most people don't want to be paid in volatile assets like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Stablecoins solve this problem by maintaining a steady value. So they let you hold, send, and transact in dollars instantly, 24/7, without no bank involved. So with banks, it's very difficult to transact, takes sometimes days. You can't simply convert your dollars to another currency. So stablecoins honestly are just a much better approach than the currencies we have on the banks. And also stablecoins are a programmable and global version. So replacing banking system globally. So for example, in Argentina, majority of people now are using stablecoins to escape hyperinflation and strict capital controls. If you look at Argentina, inflation is 50-60% a year. So it's far better to have USDT that basically tracks the price of the US dollar. In that way, you can send money really fast. You don't lose money to inflation like in Argentina. It's just a much better way. The same thing in Turkey, same thing in Nigeria. Stablecoins are going to rule, in my opinion, the world because the banking system is honestly outdated. It's a big scam. You deposit money, then you have to ask permission. You are losing to inflation. So I see the reason why stablecoins are growing so much, and they are the best application, I would say, for crypto. Also, stablecoins are the base currency in decentralized finance, allowing users to earn yield, borrow against crypto, lend to others, and also pay for goods. So it has a lot of use cases actually. And if you look in terms of stablecoin market, is already a big one. So 150 billion in stablecoins circulating. This is going to grow to trillions. And you see BlackRock, Visa, PayPal, even now Shopify starting to have companies using stablecoins as payments because it's just faster, cheaper, just a far better alternative than the normal dollar, euro, Australian dollar, whatever. So these are the two biggest narratives. Now I'm going to speak about the charts and show you the layer ones I think are going to dominate, which are Ethereum, first mover advantage, smart contracts, then Solana, cheaper, faster, and then Sui, I'll say the best layer one since Solana and Ethereum as well. Very fast, very cheap, and in terms of smart contracts capabilities, they are very strong, amazing team. So let's go into it. So if you look at the Ethereum chart, it looks like we're gonna have a really good year for Ethereum. One important thing for this chart is we came into the monthly demand zone on the Ethereum chart against Bitcoin. Remember, Ethereum since 2021 went down 80% against Bitcoin. But because of the stablecoin growth and you have BlackRock, the US government starting to put so much emphasis in stablecoins, Ethereum is also getting some more rewards of it. So Ethereum is doing very, very well. I think the next few months is going probably to 6, 7, 8K. I think will become also $1 trillion asset. And in my opinion, at this moment, it's better actually to have Ethereum than Bitcoin because Ethereum for 3-4 years was down against Bitcoin. This is the first time that I see Ethereum doing very well. And I think it will continue. It's almost inevitable. And the use cases for Ethereum are different from Solana. So Solana, I think, is going to be used and Sui for transactions. Can compete with Visa. Very fast, very cheap. Ethereum is very secure. People trust it more because it's been here for a while. And in terms of stablecoin value, it's insane. The amount of TVL that Ethereum has is the one that has the most. So yeah, I see that Ethereum is going to do very well too in the next few months. Another one that I think will benefit immensely is Solana. Also in terms of stablecoin market is growing, especially with USDC. So I could see Solana 400, 500 if you say 12 months from now, even 6 months from now, we could see Solana at 500. Doubling from here is 400. So I definitely could see Solana at 500, Ethereum maybe north of $1.5 trillion, and Solana very close to $1 trillion. So the chart of Solana looks good too. You have better ones like Sui. Sui looks a bit better. But definitely I think with the adoption that Solana is having, definitely is going to benefit immensely also from the Ethereum success. So Solana is in a good place. Another one that I think will do very, very well is Sui. For me, is my biggest conviction in terms of layer ones. In terms of projects is DAO. But for layer ones, I think Sui, because also the market cap of Sui is 10 times smaller than the market cap of Solana. So, and in terms of technology, I think Sui is even better. So Sui and Solana are also very good bets. And if you compare with Ethereum in terms of market cap, Ethereum has a 400 billion market cap, almost 500 now. Sui has a 13, Solana has 90 to 100 billion. So definitely I think are even better risk to reward. And the last one, and my biggest conviction, Bittensor. So from a chart standpoint, we are in the sideways kind of movement, as you can see. I think DAO this year might hit 1,000, especially if Bitcoin starts to go to 130, 150K. The halving for DAO is in December. So I think we're going to have a really good October, November for DAO. The halving is coming. Subnets are starting to produce amazing value, producing revenue. More and more subnets are going to be created. So I don't see how DAO doesn't become a 50 to 100 billion project. And to be honest, I think will be the same cap as Ethereum or even like Bitcoin if it hits mass adoption, which I think it will. So DAO looks good. We could see DAO going to 1,000, 1,500 this year. And I think next year, with all the things that I mentioned, we should see DAO between 3 to 5K. I think next year with the halving, which I think is the most important thing, because it will reduce the supply of DAO 50%. So it's almost like 50% less inflation, more and more demand. You have companies that now hold 30, 50 million worth of DAO. I don't see any other project other than Bitcoin, Ethereum, also some in Solana, that actually you have companies getting created just to buy DAO. So big deal. So I think this will also explode in the next few months. And to be honest, at this price point is an amazing opportunity to the DCA. So these are the two narratives. I think if you are well positioned in DAO, in subnets as well, you're going to make a lot of money. Sui and Solana also, I think, are going to do 5-10x from here. And Ethereum also, I think, will do very, very well. Of course, in Bitcoin, you are not going to lose any money. But in terms of risk reward, I think DAO, Sui, Solana, and also Ethereum are going to do very well, not only in the next few months, but in the next few years. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much. If you like, make sure you subscribe. Thank you.